thank you so much for staying with us. This morning we actually have Alan here. He's from the Bodacious Brew downstairs. We're gonna have some coffee this morning because I own a bar, I don't do mornings, so every time we film, I need my caffeine fix. So I'm really, really excited, and as you can see, we have so much stuff happening. I feel like I'm on a set of Breaking Bad right now.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so much chemistry. So if you want, let's just go ahead and dive in and start talking about all these really fun gadgets we have to make coffee and tea.
Yeah, what is this?
I know.
Very cool. This is a cold drip tower. This process in all takes about 3 hours, but it makes about 30 ounces of a concentrate. It's real simple. Ice water up top.
Doesn't look real simple.
No.
Well, the concepts of coffee are all simple. It's just how you manipulate the variables. All right, so we have our 32 ounces of cold water. We set for a 1 second drip. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-infuse there. And close enough. All right. Wow. In about 3 hours, that's it. You're going to have a concentrate of about, if you do it right, 4 ounces a drink, you get about 16 drinks out of that. So that'll last you a good week.
So by the time we wrap, we'll have some coffee.
Yeah.
Now this is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that.
This is a vacuum pot or a siphon pot.
Vacuum pot.
Real simple. It was invented by
It uses an
Germany.
infrared light, but again, it's real simple.
Right.
This is so cool.
It's actually a really bright halogen light, but the red layer keeps it from burning your eyes. So that's, don't look straight into it. All right, so it's a good heat. It's probably about 205 right now. What we're looking for is liquid to gas or water to water vapor.
Okay.
So once that comes about, we'll place this top flute on top. That creates a seal, allowing this vapor to expand, and the water comes up through the flute here, as you see.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some pre-ground coffee. It's also important to remember to grind your coffee as fresh as possible.
Absolutely.
All right, so once that's up in there, that's gonna go ahead and go.
That smelled so good when you took that
Can
lid
we
off.
do a close-up of this? Because this is like what fresh ground coffee looks like. That's not what you look at when you open a can of Folgers. That's beautiful.
That's the truth. Yeah, Folgers is a different process. We use 2 great coffees, one from Verve in Santa Cruz. We also have one from San Francisco, and that's Sight Glass. Both phenomenal coffees. We love everything they do. They're all single origin, they are direct trade, so everything is fair and it's all quality based.
What does that mean, single origin and direct trade?
Well, single origin is from the specific location. For instance, this one from Santa Clara, I believe, is Guatemala, and so it's straight to the farmer. They say, I want this cup or this coffee for my coffee, and they make a straight trade.
Okay.
There are other trades, fair trade, and then there's your regular economical trade, which is roundabout generic. All right, so up here, we'll go ahead and dump in our coffee here.
That was beautiful.
I know. This real simple coffee we're making.
So I'm gonna introduce all the coffee. I don't want any dry coffee beds. Also, I'm gonna do this I'm gonna stir for about 10 seconds. You don't want to over agitate, and agitation, of course, is just moving everything, because all these bubbles up here, it looks like it's boiling. It's not boiling. It's actually just moving the air around.
Okay.
All right, so it's creating an agitation in itself, which allows all the flavors to come out of each individual ground itself. So that is also what's unique about this particular brew method. You get a lot of flavor, but not a lot of body. Being a full immersion, and you do have some cloudiness that comes with it, but for the most part, it's really sweet, and as it cools, it gets sweeter. And let's see here, and this is actually almost done, so we'll just go ahead and finish this. I'm gonna give it one last
that are you supposed to not use metal when you stir? I know like French presses are normally metal, but somebody told me that. Is that just like Bullocks, or is that for real?
I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever heard that. Stainless steel, I've only used glass, ceramic, and then stainless steel, of course. And of course, as this cools, it'll drop and we'll have a nice level bed up top, or a little bit of a hump, and so it's good to go. Also, we have the French press, which is also a full immersion brew method, and I have this already ready to go. So this is a coarse ground coffee. This is the other end of the spectrum with this one. This is a very coarse ground. You want it as coarse as you can get it, rather than whole bean, of course. All right, so, and then I actually have some pre-weighed water here. So, and this is 12 ounces, so I do 24 grams for 12 ounce, which the formula is 1.75 grams for every ounce of water.
This is Breaking Bad.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people use scales when they're baking because the chemistry is so important, but you're saying that's just as important for coffee, and having some of those weight ratios.
Yeah, at the brew, it's all formulated and calculated out. Now this, I'm gonna grab this here.
So they do the math for you. That's reason enough to go there.
There you go. So I'm gonna set it up for you. It's just we're gonna start it here. All right, don't mind that. All right, and this is our coffee, same ratio. We're doing 12 ounces here. So we're gonna pour that on top.
Such a really in-depth way of making coffee. I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely the best way to have a good cup of coffee.
And we were talking about what makes Bodacious Brew different, and you were saying that what makes it different is having really high quality product, beans, and having really knowledgeable baristas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really apparent in
It's
what's
easy
going on
to
right
see
now.
why you have to wait for that cup of coffee, because they're actually making it fresh. It's not just been sitting on a warmer for an hour.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
worth the wait.
And they're really nice. It's not like this. I used to go to an indie coffee shop in Philadelphia where everybody was really mean to you. I was like, no. So you guys are always really friendly. I appreciate that.
Well,
morning.
we want a great cup of coffee with manageable service as well, because we know being downtown, people have to move in and out. So speed is important, just as important as customer service. And also engaging the customer. They kind of forget how much time they have left. And if you want to pour, do small circles on top to 340 grams. Do a little slower there. There we go. And that's pretty much it. Our siphon is done.
Well, let's try that. And then I want to hear about the SoGo Saturday that's coming up. We can close the street and have our coffee and have a great Saturday.
I am excited about SoGo Saturday. It's a time for the SoGo district, all the shops, local shops, not just the Bodacious shops, but it's, there it is.
This smells really good. You're going to have to tell me if I'm right, but I think it smells like a little nutty and a little fruity.
Yeah, that's general in a Latin American coffee. Yes, that's you. And that's pretty usual in a Latin American coffee just because of where it's at. And of course our French press is ready. And we're set. So
This is why I love the siphon. I think it's so clean.
Yeah.
But you get all that flavor.
yeah, and you get
So good.
You can see there's a little bit of cloudiness, but you can almost see straight through it as well. And then that's you're going to get a lot of flavor and as minimal body as
And
well.
not a lot of acidity.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No. And actually, there's acidity and then the sweet side of acidity. There's the astringency and then sweetness, and you're really shooting for the sweetness of coffee.
Well, the Bodacious Brew also does tea. So if you guys need a coffee fix, if you don't do the coffee, they have tea that gets you going too. We really appreciate you coming in and showing us your
you.
lab.
I know,
that you have
everything is
here.
beautiful.
Definitely. So go see Bodacious Brew for your coffee, whether that's in the morning or in the evening. They got great food too.
Yes.
So you guys be sure to
my
tune
go-to.
in for, we've got some great food coming up from them downstairs too.
That's right.